Welcome everyone. My name is Volpez, and this is a walkthrough of Spectral Souls. This is probably the first game, because there's a lot of like Souls iterations and parts of other games, but this is a first game that's just called Spectral Souls. And the second game is Spectral Souls Resurrection of Ethereal Empires, which is more famous, and then there's Blazing Souls, which is part 3. But this game, as far as I know, has only Japanese release, and there's not many videos of it on YouTube. And I love this series. The stories are so, and the combat is not that deep. Like the battle system, but I like games where you don't just like level up and all your stats are like automatically updated. Like these games give you a choice of where you want to allocate your level up points, and like you can have unique character builds. And yeah, usually it's, either magic based or melee based character, but still you have your utility characters. You can put points like into speed, you can have tanks. There's a little bit of depth to it, although like if you know the game well, like you can really optimize of like what you need and use like 2 or 3 characters probably to do all those functions. But here we go. So this is the first level. It's more of a tutorial, and there's gonna be like more tutorial stuff going along. This is like the basics about just moving and attacking. So this is the main character, Nais. So I think what happened in the beginning, because this game is Japanese release only, there's no translation as far as I know, but based on the other games, this character is like from present day city. It's got teleported into this parallel or some other world, and when you look at the other games, the story goes that these characters who were normal people in their world, when they get teleported to this world, they have some special powers. Like in the gameplay, everybody's kind of on the same level, but normally like Nais is like a demigod or something here, which he doesn't like know right away, but eventually I think he realizes it. So basically, you have your menu of options of what you can do, and good thing that those are in English at least. But you can move, you can attack, you have skills that you can use, you can charge, which is like one of the main components of the battle system. You can use item, you can check your status, you can speak, which this function is not present in the other games, but in this game this is how you recruit characters. You have to have like a specific character talk to another character, and you can end turn. On the like character menu that you see, level 1, the picture of the character and experience, you can see hit points, HP. At 42 you see MP, which is 8, which is the points you need to use skills, and you see AP, and AP is your like action points, so that counts for your movement and your actions. Every normal attack has like 3 AP, and every tile that you move is 1 AP, so you have to like keep track of that. These question marks, these are the items that are found on the maps, and normally you don't see them. Eventually you get an ability to be able to see them, and there's items that you can use, like a skill that you can see them, and there's items that you can use to be able to see them. Now on the first few maps, all of these items are either equipment or items that you can use, like all of these question marks hold items that you can use or equipment. But later on there's traps that, you know, can give you a status effect, or can like have your HP, or even like much later on you can like randomly lose a skill, which could be kind of devastating. You know, conditioned for a reset, depending on what skill, but yeah. But that's like much later in the game, so and yeah, like it'll give you the explanation of what happened, but it's going to be Japanese too, so like you kind of have to pay attention to what happens like with the effect. Like if you don't see a status effect, or like your HP changed, it's good to go into the skills menu and see if you know a skill is missing, but it could also like take away your weapon or your gear or something like that. So yeah, but you still kind of have to step on these, because this is the only way you get equipment, items and gear in the game. There's no store or anything. I think there's also a spell that will tell you which ones are like hold items and not show the ones that have traps, or maybe like I've never used that skill, or maybe the traps will be in different color. But yeah, let's see. So we move 2 points, 2 spaces, stop. We get so this is an armor item, like with that symbol, and yeah, we see the AP changed by 2. We can go into items, equipment, and take a look. This is what we got, and this is what's currently equipped. So from this point we can't move anymore, and we can't attack anybody, so we end turn. And nice, because his speed is agility at 6. He gets another turn pretty quickly. Guile has agility at 4, and these enemies are even lower. So sometimes like you get a few turns in the beginning, so like agility is a very important stat. From the other stats, there's strength, which is your like physical strength, in addition to like a weapon strength, like those combined to your overall strength. Vitality is like part of your defense, but also when you level up, it increases the amount of HP you get upon leveling up. So the higher that is, the more HP you get. I think like it's 8 points of HP for 1 vitality point, or something like that. So like right now, if Nice levels up, he'll get 36 or no 48 more HP, but it might be 6, not 8. We'll see like when that happens. Agility is just how quickly you move, and it might also affect your evasion rate. Intelligence is just a magic power, and it might affect status effects, if you get afflicted and you inflict on other enemies. And luck, I think, has like a lot of, it could be like evasion, and kind of the probability of landing an attack or dodging an attack. So, well, yeah, that's evasion. But anyway, otherwise, the other stats you see is 6+ is the weapon strength, 4+ is the defense, 5 is how far you can move, not accounting for elevation. So like when there's an elevation, there's like an added penalty. So like if I think you move over elevation of 1, that's like an extra move. So you can, like, if you go up an elevation of 1, that's like technically you'll have a move of 4 and not a 5. And jump, how far you can, like which elevation you can move up to. So like if there's an elevation of 2, you can't go there yet. But let's see. So we'll move again. So it's important like to keep track of the AP for enemy and yourself. And Nice has 8 right now. This one has 3 more ticks to get to move. And you see the agility is 3. And Nice has much higher agility. So even if their AP to be made up to move is similar, so let's see, like if Nice moves 1, 2, 3 spaces to change his AP or to have it at the same place. So Nice needs 3 and he needs 3, but because Nice's agility is faster, he'll get there faster. But if both have equal agility and equal AP to make up, I think whoever, the person or the character that wins is whoever has a higher level that gets priority. So like that's much later to think about. So let's end turn. So Guile is explaining how the AP system works. So like one of the other main mechanics is the charge mechanic. So you can check the accuracy 100. So charge is like you combo attacks, and the more you get in a sequence, the stronger they get with each successive attack. So like it'll be visible once you see like normal attacks and when charge. So 12 and 50. So you'll see how much like Guile does on regular attack. But like it's a big boost. Like if the next character in line, if there was like a 3-character attack, the next one could be like 200. And like that's the main mechanic in the game. But there's like a lot of other small things here and there. So you can like change the view of the map. So yeah, that was like a necklace that's an accessory. I think like Guile is explaining. This is an item, and it could be like a usable item or a synth item. There's like the way to level up your weapons and gear is like synthesis. So I'll be showing that a little later. So yeah, like you want to go around and collect this stuff because there's like no other way to get items or gear in the game besides collecting. There is a place that's where you can level up and collect stuff. I think it's like Spectral Gate maybe, and there's like 100 levels to it. Let's let's see. Okay, he'll get his turn. He might get it faster than Guile, but let's try it anyway. Yeah, he does. So yeah, once you charge, you lose all your, like you go back to 0 AP. But if like the charge combination happens fast enough, I think you'll stop at wherever you were in that point in time. But if you don't get the charge off, you go back to 0. So let's see how much Guile normally hits for. So yeah, 33. So 50 is like 50% more, basically. So it's like very effective. So the stuff that you collect, you can go to item and use. So these are not usable at the moment. Like this is for, I think, saving in a spectral gate, and this is either like junk to sell or maybe like for fusion. Now, even though there's no store, there is a currency in the game, because when you buff up your weapons and armor and like other stuff that you do, it all costs money, so you can still kind of like sell off your loot. So he can do anything. Let's see, in terms of like equipping or using. So see, this is a healing item, and this is a sword. It has a +5 attack and it adds 1 AP. This one has +6 and has worse accuracy and doesn't add AP, but yeah, I can like equip that. And this is an item, I'm not sure the skill or whatever that it has is substitute, and I don't know what that does. I don't think I ever extracted it, but anyway, so we can equip a different sword, and re-equipping costs 1 AP. So there is like a penalty for it, but it's also like it's useful when you're trying to control like AP and character turns. Wouldn't really call it an exploit, but it's along those lines. Yeah, once you change equipment, you can still attack and do everything, so it doesn't take away your turn. So yeah, the enemy goes for a side attack, but if it went like straight up, it wouldn't get 2 attacks, because it had to move and each attack cost 3 points, but like later on, like those things matter. So we end turn. Okay, and we'll do a team attack. So yeah, I'll show the skills in like in the next video. Yeah, nice, did like no damage there, but okay. So yeah, once all enemies are defeated, like you're still acting, you can still move sometimes if you haven't moved, but this is gonna be the end of the map, so whatever you didn't collect, like the items you didn't collect on the map, like that's it. So yeah, Guile is probably trying to find out who Nyes is. He probably sees that he has some fighting skills, and you can see like that Guile with all his bandages, scars, and his left eye is not open, that he's like a warrior, mercenary type character. So he probably values Anais' skill and decides, you know, that they should stick around for now. And this is, just by the look of the colors, is probably some kind of a faction of bad guys or a government. I don't really know the story of this game yet, because there's a lot of dialogue, and even though, you know, I can take like screenshots and translate some of this, it just takes time, and I'm not up to it right now. And yeah, you like probably another bad guy, you just see the silhouette. So there's an option to save after each battle, and like in this game, there's rarely a standalone battle, so I'll save over my previous like tutorial attempts. Based on the other games, like I kind of have a theory of what might be going on in this game, so I'll get to that later. So this is a tutorial for charge, and I saved because I'll lose this one. This is like the second battle, and they're already like gonna teach you a lesson. So the stuff that was in green, what Guile said, there was a number 15, so it probably had something to do with the number of turns, which you see like at the top left corner right now at 4. So something's gonna happen when turn 15 comes around. Or maybe I won't lose it, it depends where I am in the sequence. If I can still like execute what I need to do. But basically this is a tutorial for the charge function. Okay, so we'll do a move here just to get a turn. At the right time. Okay. So you see our characters level 1, level 2, level 2, but look at the HPs and look at the APs, like they have much more points to use for attacks, and look at their agility and strength, and the weapon strength 100, defense 100, like because you didn't follow directions and did what you should have done in 15 turns, like these enemies are gonna wreck you. So I'll try to do it. So basically what you need to do is charge. Okay, so I did get it in time. They want you to do a charge attack. And that's like the winning condition. But if you didn't get that in time, like those enemies are gonna wreck you, and it's like the second map and game over. Like it's a fun thing, but basically I think the lesson for that is certain maps, and quite a few of them, have like a turn limit, and if you don't get you either have to defeat all enemies or get to an exit. So if you don't satisfy one of those conditions in that time frame, it's like a game over. So like they don't want you to hang around and collect stuff once you leave like one enemy alive. Like you have to pay attention on your turn meter. So yeah, it's like a early lesson in that, because you could be hanging around on the map like for an hour and then just lose because you tried to collect 2 or 3 more items. So let's see, get one map, only one other location to go. So yeah, they're probably like trying to get to a city, and you know, shit happens in a way. More enemies. And these enemies I'm not sure if they're like some kind of gangs outside the city or whatnot, but you might not actually see them in any other levels. Because like all the other enemies, like whatever faction or government troops will look different, and then there's just a bunch of monsters. But yeah, more items here. Let's see. So yeah, there's animations for movement and for attacks, and I'm gonna turn that off because some of the animations take a long time, and like they look good, but it adds up, and it's kind of a longer game, I want to say. So yeah, like checking the height, because like you can see 1 and 3 here, so you wouldn't be able to go that way. So basically, yeah, you're getting rid of the movement animations. Yeah, you want them to hang around together because enemies have enough HP that you're not gonna one-shot them. And you know, you'll incur some damage, and at this point it's just healing items. Like none of them have healing spells. So the other thing that happens is that just enough to attack, is that when maps oh wow, 92% miss, man, this is like Final Fantasy territory misses. Well, let's try it. Yeah, with the... okay, if he gets a hit, he might at least defeat one guy. Okay. So yeah, you see the 3 EP, so that goes towards learning weapon skills, and at this point there are none, but eventually you'll get them. Man, I should really, like, Gale is level 3, I should really level up. Nice. Oh, let's get a few, like one attack in. Okay. So yeah, when you have consecutive levels, when you go from like map to map, a certain portion of your MP and HP is restored. I'm not sure if it's like 25% or 50%, but it's something along those lines. Okay, so yeah, you can always like check what this one has. A little better defense and has some evasion stats, so we'll put it on. Like it's almost nothing, but at one point, but oh wow, man, they're really going after him. I think we'll have to run a bit. See if he has anything else to equip. Just these rings. Yeah, 2 more points, but like 1 extra AP probably matters more at this, or AP matters more at this point. So let's wait for, yeah, bring up that menu. 4, 6. His speed is 4, so now this is faster. So let's take on this guy. Oh, let's soften him up a bit. Nastiness. Okay. So yeah, enemies sometimes give items. Let's see, Nice will go up. And Guile has better defense. Oh wow. Yeah, enemies will usually go to the nearest character, so that's another like important mechanic to keep in mind. So yeah, you see an exit there, so like you don't have to defeat that enemy, you can just run to the exit if you want. And yeah, like the direction that they're facing it depends like on when you move. There's also counters in this game, so we'll get Nice the kill if he can do enough damage. Okay, just enough. I'll show the skill in the next one. Okay, so yeah, after a win you also get some loot, but that goes in the like common inventory, and I don't think that can be accessed in battle.